Okay, here's part 3. Now it's focused. And we're gonna finish doing this muffler. So I've got the edges facing the little ears. And let me get something to tap that down with. Obviously you don't have to bang on this very hard. We're just trying to get it where it's touching that flat surface. And I'll show you this after I finish it. This is the tough one because it's coming underneath. Kind of hard to get a swinging tap on here. We'll try it. Yeah, that's not working. Let me try something that will fit in there. This might work. This is a little extension. Yeah, it's not working right, so I can try some leverage on there. Get a bigger, flatter screwdriver. Hang on, guys. And put this big old guy on there. See if I can get that to be a little more flush. Okay, it's moving now. I want it to touch that flat edge. Okay, that is there. Let me show you what I've done here. So now I've got these little ears touching the flat edge of that screw, and I've got the ear touching the flat edge of that screw. So over time, with vibration, these screws are not going to come out, and then you got your muffler hanging off or loose, because I'm using that washer the way it was designed. All right, so now let's see what we do next. We got the muffler installed. I adjusted that carburetor there, that linkage. And I know it fires, so I think I may be ready to put a little fuel in here, but I'm worried about that hose because it looks like it is cracked. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go here and take the tank off like you've seen me do before. There's 3 5/16 screws, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to back those off. There's a screw down here, it's a 3/8 top. I'm going to take that off, tilt the tank back, swing the dipstick out and away. It also takes a 5/16 screw, get it out of the way. And I'm going to get that hose off of this tank before I put any fuel in it. So let's do that. Let me get my drill, my 5/16 socket, and we're going to go to work here. One, 2, 3. Get my magnet on the stick. I bought a new one the other day. It's a big old thing. 1, 2, 3. Set those in a magnetic dish here so I can find them. And now I got to get the 3/8 off. Where is my socket wrench? I'm not seeing it. There it is. I need an extension. Where are you? There you are. Okay. my extension. Got my red 3/8 socket from Harbor Freight. I'm not necessarily taking this screw out, I'm just getting it loose. I can swing this tank back. Go ahead and get this cord back in place. There's another time when I wish they didn't have those aluminum stops on there. I'm just going to keep it from being able to just go all the way in and out of the way. So I'm going to do that, tuck it away, and we'll see if I can find a rubber band. Yeah, there we go. This will help. Rubber band. It's amazing how much I use rubber bands in this little hobby of mine. Just to keep things snugged and out of the way. Put a couple of wraps on there. There we go. So now, get this tank where it'll tip back somewhat. And I think I'll go ahead and take this tank all the way off. We're going to get this tank all the way off. We've got to replace the hose anyway. We'll deal with other things. I'm taking the screw all the way out. These are special little screws, and they've got this spacer on here that you got to remember to include, otherwise it's not going to sit flush. Set that over there. Yeah, that hose is all cracked up. We'll take this faceplate off. All right, so I've got the tank dropped down. I want you to see all these cracks. See that? That's trouble. It could be leaking as soon as I put fuel in there. If not now, then not long after. So I'm going to take these 3 screws out. This is nice and clean. 1, 2, 3 that holds the carb on. I call this the hanger. It just hangs this thing in place. This goes into metal. This goes into the carburetor, which is soft metal, so be careful of those. Let me bring the camera around this way. I want to be able to get to all this and have you see it. There we go. I'm going to remove these 3 screws because I sort of want to see this carburetor anyway. There's 1, and here's the 2 that hold carb on. 2. And there's 3. I see a lot of gunk in there. Gasket looks okay. So I may just go ahead and replace that carburetor. Let's see if this is, yeah, it's not sticking too bad. So I'm going to get this hose off. What I like to use on these hose clamps is a flat end pair of pliers like this. I use these all the time. There goes the plate. I use these all the time. That way you can grab the ends of this real easy. Squeeze that down and move that out of the way. Now we're going to get this hose off of here. It's coming off easy. Sometimes they are tough to get off. All right. There's a little bit of dampness there, so there could be a tiny bit of fuel in here. Let's take a quick look. It's the color of dark beer. So that's some super old fuel, which tells me that carburetor is going to be messed up. So we're going to take a break now and come back after I get that carburetor replaced. There's no point in trying to. I don't want to bother with trying to clean that because I can get my carburetors for about $10. It's not worth my time to try and clean them. So I'm going to get me a nice new carburetor on there. So stay tuned.